I bring greetings from the Honorable Prime Minister as he has taken an interest in this, and to say that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is committed to this process of training of mediators, as it emboldens and strengthens the whole system of justice in our country. The administration of justice is critical to a proper functioning democracy, and we in St. Kitts and Nevis are proud to adhere to the rule of law and to uphold, as it was, the tenets of a proper functioning society. In our commitment to this administration of justice, we have given support to the whole process of alternative dispute resolution, as it is in mediation. And we have heard of the process, the first training session we have had way back in the first quarter of 2019 at the Royal St. Kitts Chapter Hotel in Philip Bay. With a very momentous training program, we recall, as was heard earlier, that the Madam Justice, Chief Justice, Madam Dame Jans Pereira, attended that training session, the full training session, as did former Chief Justice of Barbados, Mr. Marston Gibson, who came and participated. It was very encouraging, as some 25 participants participated then. We have had the whole question of mediators operating in our justice system for some time. And the registrars acknowledged the work done by Mr. Dennis Freddy Knight and Mrs. Michelle De Lafayette over the years, who have, as it was, carried the whole burden of mediation for many, many years. The process of mediation is one that is court connected. Very important to understand this. It's a court that would forward to mediation matters where litigants come before them and give the parties the option to be able to settle their disputes in a non-formal or informal manner, where they can eyeball each other, where it should be, with the facilitation of mediators like you, make it easier to settle these disputes. It is seen and should be quicker, timely, and it will also save litigants costs. But I think Madam Justice Appeal, Dettel Tom, made a very, very important aspect of the whole mediation process, because what it does, it helps to maintain relationships in our communities, within a family that might have dispute with each other, friends, neighbors. And if you can settle these matters without the sort of adversarial and sometimes very hurtful litigation process, mediation can go a long way in assisting us in our communities as we go forward. We in the government have, in 2019, spent just a little less than $60,000 to support mediation at the Royal Jacta Hotel. This time around, unfortunately, the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs have had their budget slashed in the last appropriation, and so we are unable to give that type of support to you in doing so. We give support nonetheless in other ways. And one of the key ways in which we have been able to give support is that within a few weeks, couple of weeks, we hope, we would have ready 3 chambers that we have put together as a mediation center at the new annex building that is about to be opened on East Independence Square. That mediation center would allow for regular mediations to be conducted by many of you here who are on the roster, who would make the roster, to facilitate this. We have expanded the role of the focal point of mediation, Mr. Cecilin Flanders, who does more in terms of coordination, who will be able to assist in proper scheduling, ensuring that the parties take care of the administrative sides of what has to be done. We must, of course, give kudos to the mediation committee that has been established here and who will be overseeing much of what is done in terms of mediation. And you would know, of course, that the mediation committee is headed by His Lordship, Mr. Justice Trevor Ward Chrissy, and his co-chair, Mr. Justice Armin Moyes. They are supported statutorily, as it is, by others who are established in the practice direction that has been established by her ladyship, the Chief Justice Vincent Byron. And I would encourage each of you to get hold of this practice direction number 6 of 2020, that has been gazetted as SRO number 80 of 2020, and that was done last year. I think it will be Friday the 25th of October. So this sets out fully the role of mediation in our administration of justice, establishes the reasons why you go to mediation, and the entire process that how this is conducted. It's an important document that I think each of us who are in the mediation process should assimilate, get to understand it fully as we move forward. You come here because you volunteered to be mediators, and you would see in that same practice direction that it's not just a means, or it should not be seen as a means of making money, but of facilitating parties to resolve their disputes. Part of the directions require that some of the hours would be pro bono and would not be charged to either party. But you need to become familiar with those guidelines of mediation, and we hope as we go forward with the training, these will become known to you and exposed to you, and that you get to understand not just how to find ways to make the parties comfortable with each other, to resolve their disputes, but that we understand that how critical and important it is in terms of the administration of justice in our country. As I close, I just want to urge each and every one of you to embrace the training that is coming virtually. We know that those who are certified, and we hope all of you can make it to the certification, gets on a roster where parties can select you. And I should point out that that roster is not just only available to litigants here in St. Kitts and Nevis, but regionally, so that someone in another jurisdiction may want to select you to be a facilitator, mediator in their disputes. So you should not just see it as one in which the roster is reserved for St. Kitts and Nevis. But it is an important function for us in our society. And I would just want again to let you know that we have the support. You have the full support in the court, to have the full support of the government in this particular endeavor. And to Madam Justice of Tom, I want you to convey our regards and thanks to the Honorable Chief Justice for helping us move forward in this way. So once again, thank you and all the best as you continue your work this week. Thank you very much.